Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Collin. On this week's show, with the bagpipes. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I am well. I'm my sound waves sound crisp?
They sound different.
Do they sound newer?
Do they?
Oh,
I was wondering if my...
No, nothing about my microphone has changed. But I did have to buy a new computer recently, so I was wondering if the bits sounded more crisp. And
maybe.
Yeah,
I need to do that one of these days. That would be pretty useful, I think.
I am also recording on my mobile rig, so I probably sound a little bit different because of that.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, I've changed two variables at once. Go me.
Oh no, we'll never know which one it was. Science 101, Colin. What the heck,
man?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. How's your summer humming along?
Oh, it's pretty good. It's been just so stinking weathery, right? I just love the sound of
so much
tornado
weather.
sirens. It's so soothing, right? So calming.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's the opposite. So yeah, there was some shenanigans pretty close south, but still in the vicinity. So
I saw that. Yeah,
wonderful. So yeah, I got to hear lots and lots of tornado sirens. Right. I bet this is very exciting for all of our our world neighbors who have come for the World Cup, right? They get to experience all the exciting weather in the US.
They have been. Have you seen the videos of their reactions to life in America? Have you watched any of these?
This is my favorite thing about the World Cup. I don't even really care about the games anymore at this point. I just care about the Scottish fans, really.
Okay.
To be honest,
okay.
Right?
I was watching videos of people they were shocked that our school buses were actually yellow. And they were shocked at what was in a Walmart. And they were shocked. I was like, yep, there we go. It's just us here being the freaks of the world.
TSA had to release a statement saying that ranch dressing has to go in your checked luggage.
Yes. Brandon, I've cracked it. This is how we actually take over the world. It's ranch dressing.
This is for real. The responses have been kind of shocking, right? I saw somebody who was like, bro, why did you not tell me this was basically crack? What have you been hiding from me this whole time?
Oh.
It's not going over with everybody. I did see another person be like, hey, they put on some chicken. And they're like, man, this really tastes like it should be on a salad. And his friend was like, funny you should mention that.
You're never going to believe this.
Yeah, you're never going to believe what I'm about to tell you. But actually, also the eating the biscuits and gravy, right? Because the English always poo-poo it, right? They're like, scones and gravy is so lame. And now they're like, okay, guys, I'm sorry.
Actually, I'm really happy about this.
And also, all those poor English dudes that had to go to Texas, right? And they're like, okay, I get it now. I'm sorry when we complain about how hot it is in England, right? And there was one person who was like, there's an English guy who's been living in the US for a long time. He's like, guys, who's going to tell him it's not even hot yet?
My favorite.
Who's gonna break it to him?
We're just getting started here.
Yeah.
There was a video of some guy who had come over and then went back and was laying in bed. And he's just recording himself because he has no AC, and he was just like, "I hate this so much. It's so hot." No!
You get it now. Why we have it everywhere?
Oh,
we make a big deal about it.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I have enjoyed watching the Scotland invade Boston. That's been super hilarious, right?
Okay.
Just have you seen these things?
No.
Right? Okay, Colin, Boston is running out of beer.
Wow.
Because the Scots are here. There was several bars that were like, we have done triple the business of St. Patrick's Day weekend in one day.
Wow. Okay.
They had like a big thing where they bought a bunch of stuff for like their little party deal. They bought 20,000 beers and approximately 2,000 bottles of water. And they were like, that might be too much water.
Actually, too much.
There were some people in a gas station, and some lady came in and bought water, and they booed her. Like, it was really.
There you go. We don't need that.
But importantly, right? Here's the important thing, right?
Okay.
Like, I think all I want now from all World Cups going forward in the future is fans doing like normal everyday things in whatever city they're in, because like a whole entire giant delegation of Scottish people just like went to Fenway Park to watch a baseball game.
Oh, yeah.
And they just like drank obsessively and sang the whole time, right? And I think all the people playing baseball were like, what is happening?
Very annoyed.
Like,
sure.
There's a bunch of people in England or from England that were in Texas, and they all just like went to a rodeo.
Yes.
Right. This is all I care about really at this point is like watching this.
Yes.
Also we'll say big shout out to Scotland, because they've also been like donating tons of money to like local charities. And like they went and like to like I can't remember what it was. There was like for like homeless children or whatever, and they like hung out with them and like played the bagpipes to them, because they play the bagpipes literally everywhere they go.
That's just what they do. Yeah.
They went to like a local children's hospital in like Rhode Island that does like every like Wednesday night they do like people stand outside and shine lights in the window and wave at all the kids. They went to that with the bagpipes, right? They just like
with the bagpipes. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So also, I think this is important. This is exposing something important, right? All these Europeans and stuff, they're getting exposed to like American like cuisine, right? Also, the videos of like all the Japanese dudes eating Texas barbecue ribs, super hilarious. Also,
I watched the reaction video of, I forget where she was from, but to the size of her nacho plate that was put in front of her, and she was just like, "What? This is mine." It was great.
Or the German dude who was like, Waffle House is pretty sick, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah, actually.
Like, this is great. But also the gap that we're exposing here is the quality of like what fans do before the game, like the parading through the streets, right? The like massively loud crowd chants, right? Like,
yeah,
the US chants are they're blacking.
Yeah, it's not us. It's not our thing.
And whenever like the US fans are like, woohoo, go, and then the Scottish contingent shows up with bagpipes and are marching in formation down the street.
Yeah.
We've exposed a gap here.
Yeah.
So Collin, I have a solution.
Okay.
That I would like to present to the US fans going forward. Right? What do we Collin, there needs to be a revival. All right, of like the most Americana thing of all time that would go perfectly with like parading through the streets to matches. All right, so in 4 years, if we qualify for the next one, we go to like Spain, Portugal, whatever. Like, what should the US fans be doing? Collin, I'm calling for the revival of the American brass band.
Oh, okay. I am behind this. I am on board with this.
Right?
Yes.
Like, we need a contingent of American fans marching places, playing like Stars and Stripes Forever in just like a brass band setting. Right? Like, that's what right? This like all Sousa, right? We can write New America. This is what needs to really happen, right? This is, if they're gonna come with their bagpipes and their cheering and their like super awesome stuff, we've got to meet them on their level, right? We are not doing enough to be like on the international soccer fan stage, right? So like I think the revival of the American brass band is really how this goes down.
And I think that we can lead off a lot of this stuff with like Okay, so we're gonna have to bridge some divides here. But imagine if the blue and gold marching machine came together,
Yeah, you see.
and had their brass section
Yeah,
playing.
yeah,
Like this is what I'm thinking. The Sonic
yeah,
Boom, what is it? Sonic Boom of the South or whatever. Like
yeah,
this
yeah.
is you could
Something like
have.
this.
Yes. This is so it's like okay. So I may be talking more like marching bands, but yes, I think there's a way that we could make this.
That's true.
Like
I was just thinking the brass because like traditional
yes,
like brass bands are smaller and they travel more efficiently than like
an entire marching band,
a 200-piece marching band,
but
right? Like,
also
I mean,
very,
I
very
wouldn't be upset about this, but like, it's just more logistically plausible
yes,
to do that. You know what I
yes,
mean?
uh,
Like,
no, yeah,
as like an independent entity, right? Like, it would be much traveling would be much more like efficient. You know?
yes, yeah. To trumpets, what trombone, sousaphone, done.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know, I mean, if sousaphone's kind of hard to travel with, so we could go with like euphonium,
a euphonium.
right? We can
Yeah,
handle euphonium, right?
uh-huh.
Like these are like these are what we're looking for here, and drum. Have some drum too, like.
Yes.
So I feel like this is that we can even sneak in some woodwinds if you guys want. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Because
okay.
like all the old school ones, they had woodwinds and stuff too. There's woodwind parts in Stars and Stripes Forever, allegedly.
They're present.
They're there. Oh, they do the trill, the da 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 da, right? They do it with the trombone, but
Yes.
or the flute. There's flute trills all over that thing. So like, this is my solution to really stepping up the fan game of the United States, right? So when it's
Yes.
time to travel, if we can qualify for the next one, right? There's a lot of asks, but like we could start with home games.
Step
We
one.
could start with all the home friendlies, right? This is a
Uh-huh.
thing that happens like just like in Europe. Anytime there's a soccer match, there's like fans just like marching through the streets, like yelling chants and things, right? Like literally club games. They do this, right? And not even just like A tier clubs, like random other things, right?
Lots of enthusiasm.
Yeah. So my solution is brass band. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about this week as I've watched World Cup coverage. Right, have seen a lot of people being very excited about like American food, but then also then being like, "Yo, but your soccer chants are weak sauce, bro."
They're
like,
really
what
bad.
is that?
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. How have you? Speaking of things that we need to change, what have you thought about the quote unquote water break that's been introduced for these?
So,
As you got water,
I think Sorry, as I was drinking some tea. Yeah. So like, I do agree with a lot of the hardcore people that like it really screws up the flow of the match.
yeah.
Right. Like it really is rough on there, like strategically and like game flow and everything. I do like, I'm not against like hydrating, right? I feel like I think it's a good idea, especially because they are playing in places like Miami and Dallas, right? Like these are not cool climates, so like,
Yeah.
I think it's okay. I do think that um I am upset about the contract breach that occurred, right? When they said, "Oh, honest, we won't show any commercials during the water break."
Oh,
And
right.
then they had to like pause the game because the commercial was still playing, and they didn't start the game because they waited too long for the commercial, because the commercial ran long, because it's like 3 minutes, bang bang. Like, I do also find it annoying that like that means that at the end of the halves there's like stupid amounts of like stoppage time, right? They'll be like, "Ah, yes." I don't think it's been I haven't watched like tons of games this time. It's like a better than it was the last time, but sometimes they're still like, "Oh yes, we're gonna add 8 minutes to the end of," bro. Like, if like the whole point is to like do a break to like do whatever, like because they keep the clock going, right? And like, because it's part of the clock management thing, they just put that 3 minutes at the end. So like, what's the like? You're not really accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I understand we need the players to like be hydrated and because we're playing in like super hot, humid places, right? And if the last one they did in Qatar, like it makes sense because like 1,000,000,000 degrees outside, right? But like I think it really messes up the stuff. And then adding just like dumb amounts of stoppage time at the end is like not it. Like that's not you're kind of like defeating the whole purpose of everything. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know that people have gone back and forth on you, right? The flow versus everybody stays fresher longer, and so it's more intense right up to the end, and all this stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's made any. I think it made the latest England. I know it made an England game pretty close, or closer than people thought it would have been.
Well, yeah,
Otherwise,
because there's a lot of goals that have been scored like 4 or 5 minutes into the stoppage time, right? That have been like either equalizers or like it's been tied and then it's like the go ahead goal, right? And so like on the one hand, it's like exciting, but on the other hand, like the game should have been over.
right?
You know what I mean? And so like the other teams probably like, dude, what the like? Come on, where is the whistle?
Right?
Stop the game! Like,
Can we
it's
not?
very dumb.
Be great.
Yeah, I think it's silly. So like, I know you don't want to stop the clock because you don't want to have like 4 quarters of soccer because that's not how it works, right? The halves are definitely I like it better, and I think everybody likes it better. I think that's kind of not arguable that it's better that way. But if you're gonna put a break in there and then just tack a ton of time at the end, like it's kind of dumb. So I don't know. Whatever. Like it doesn't usually matter, but I think in the World Cup it's kind of like rough. Like I don't.
Well, and it's also not what people are used to because this is the first time they've ever done this, right?
I think so.
So
I'm not sure. They've been doing. They did some at the Olympics, I think.
Okay.
I feel like that's right.
Well, that was.
But I think this is the first World Cup that they've done it. I could be wrong about that. I don't really remember.
Well, because that was kind of what I was curious about of how much this would have changed a lot of the strategery going into this.
Yeah, I think it definitely does. So I don't know about for good or bad, but I just think it's kind of weird. And showing commercials during the middle of it's really dumb. Like I don't. Come on, like stop. I don't know. So, oh well, I don't know. It's okay. But I haven't been watching too many games because again, I don't know. I just hasn't been into it that much. I watched some here and there. Mostly just random fans doing things is the best part so far for me.
Love it. Yes. Yes.
What have you been up to?
Oh my. Since we last spoke, I went to North Carolina and came back home. That was a thing that happened for a little like business retreat thingy. First off, I left Missouri, which was not all that hot, and I flew to North Carolina. It was 93, and it felt like 102, and I didn't go outside the house.
No, that's
it was
fair.
Like we had some sessions where it was like, okay, now like we're gonna discuss inside. Now like everyone just like disperse and go find a corner or go sit on a table outside. I was like, no, like why would I go do that? That's the most terrible thing.
Terrible idea you've had. Come on, guys.
I'm going to stay inside this whole time. But no, the person who organized it had rented this like rented a house on Airbnb. And if you just want to know like what's the status of Airbnbs in the United States, I think I found a pretty darn good example of what's going on. So this house had, what was it? Like 8 bedrooms, 7 baths. It was huge. It was at the very back of this subdivision. You drove over a bridge onto an island in the middle of this lake, and there were like 12 other houses there. Okay. This is the first house right as you cross the bridge. You come over. There's this house, and it's the first one on the right. and it's everything else is private. This is there, and we had a group that was out walking one day, and in the morning, and one of the neighbors stopped them, and she said, "You know they're fined every day for this," and we were like, "What?" That person rents this house, and they're fined every day it's rented out. And I went, care. I don't care. Okay, thanks. Bye. What I really should have said was, sounds like you need to increase your fee because they're still getting people to pay the cost to be in this home.
Yeah, find them more.
Find them more. Like this home is what was it? I think it was a $3.4 million home. And
probably finding him like $50 a day.
Probably right, because the HOA was those were written back in 1987 for whenever you were going to be renting out, and who would possibly pay $50 a day? That's insane. Why would you do that? And but this was a very nice house. I don't know. You could tell this was a vacation home built for this family because there was no like master bedroom. Every bedroom was a master bedroom. And like
40.
Our bedroom, you walked in and it had the bed, and then on the back side of this house it overlooked the lake, and there was a wraparound porch on the second story, which is where we were, that started on the east side of the house and ran all the way around to the west side of the house. It was one continuous thing, and so everyone could step out onto the balcony. But when you walked into our bedroom, if you turned to your right, you'd be like, okay, here's the door that goes to the bedroom. And then we had a ladder that went up. And the ladder went up to the second story, which is technically the third story, to a landing where there were built-in bunk beds. And so every room, but three of the rooms had this, where it was like the main bed and then bunk beds built in. So you could definitely tell this was somebody who built this for like their kids and grandkids in mind to come to the lake and enjoy. So every family, so to speak, would get their own little like
section or whatever
section of the house. So that was wild. They also, because we were on a man-made lake, just like in the Ozarks, sometimes the hills are a wee bit steep, and out
just a bit.
This bit of the Carolinas, it's also a wee bit steep, and so you couldn't possibly have a walking path to get down because that's too much, and you'd have to like zig and zag, and it'd take forever, and like, could you imagine? Like, you'd be so hot. So what if we just like had a little lift that you sat in and you pushed a button and the little gondola thing like took you down?
Seriously? Holy cow, what the heck, man?
To the dock.
That is shenanigans right there.
You could enjoy that. Grief. And then whenever you got off, the lights would automatically turn on at the dock as you walked down, and you could go enjoy that. And then you came back up and you'd push up and it would lift you.
Wacky, dude. Like, what the heck?
Back up. Yeah. So that was fun. Oh man. But we did take a boat ride on the last day where they rented a boat and basically had one of the attendees have their boating licenses. And Brandon, I've learned something about myself.
You don't like it when other people drive the boat?
I don't like it when other people drive the boat.
Colin, I never would have guessed that you have like control things happening in your life. I never would have seen any of that coming.
I'm so sorry. To the person driving this boat, I really tried. Megan will attest.
I don't care like next week because I hate driving anything. So like, you go ahead.
I know.
Like, you just take the wheel. And
I was literally sitting there with my backpack in my lap, clutching it as hard as I could and like staring at Megan to not say things. And I was just like, it's okay. No. look, they're really close to the shore, and it says keep 50 yards away. It's it's okay, and that technically is a no wake zone, and we're just going over here, and we're just gonna go, and I'm to enjoy my time. You should hit reverse. Oh my gosh! Oh, so bad. Plus, we didn't have a map. Okay, and there were 11 people on this pontoon, which is too many people for a pontoon.
I mean, some pontoons not really, but like
yeah, I felt uncomfortable with 11 because like people were sitting on like a cooler, and so I was like, oh, this is not okay. And we of course we come in, we anchor. I throw the anchor off. We're good. Then everybody gets in the thing, but then in the water, because the wind spins around, so the boat's kind of like going in circles around the anchor because of where we are, and I'm starting to get a little anxious. And also I look over, and everybody jumped in, grabbed an alcoholic beverage, and is sitting in like an inner tube or a floaty, and they're just talking. They're just talking and floating, which means that they are talking and floating away from the boat because the wind is gently pushing them, and they're all completely oblivious. And I'm just like, do I say something? Or like, they probably know that they're like really far away at this point, and obviously they don't care. And so I'm just gonna go, like, I'm gonna stay in between them and the boat to be like an anchor for them to be like, oh, hey, we're over here. Hi. Oh my goodness. But the worst part, we pulled in, we had to get gas before we returned the boat. And we're coming in. It was a little choppy. But it was a full service gas pump. And so you're supposed to pull in the middle, and they would get you tied in. They'd fill you up and be on your way. Well, we're coming in, and admittedly, later it turned out that the captain of our boat has a boating license that is only good for Ann Lake in Illinois. And their boat was like half as much horsepower, but had a button to let the anchor down and then back up. Like they had an automatic anchor down thing, one of these things. Yeah. And so she comes in, and she, not realizing how heavy the boat is or how like aggressively we are going towards the dock, they have now just been like, okay, and then we just like gently float in, bang, like we slammed into to this, and both of the guys on the dock stop what they're doing, and we apparently hit them so hard they were concerned we had dislodged something, because they are going around and like checking the piers and the systems and like all this other stuff, and
oh my gosh.
And our captain, I was like, a little bit more reverse, but basically what they had done was we were coming in pretty hot, and I was like, I think we should throw some reverse here. So she goes, oh yeah, you're right, and she just like clicks it back into reverse. Basically it's idling backwards.
Oh, not enough,
like
yeah.
So when we had to go back to the dock, to the boat ramp to get let out, we had to meet them back there, and it was insane. Like, I've never seen a boat ramp. There were 4 lanes of boats backing in and out of the water. People were going around in between. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm glad this isn't me. However, if I die here, I'm going to be so mad. Like, I'll be just so angry. And so we had another discussion about using reverse aggressively as we approached the dock, because we were again coming in with gusto. I'm like, I think now would be a good time. just sit here.
Just getting ready to jump off, like
basically like what I was.
End up in the
just like the wood splintering around.
Tuck and roll, and in the back.
Yeah, like. But we made it there and back. I survived. Plane rides were fine. It is a We took it. We just drove from we flew from Springfield to Charlotte. It's just a direct flight. It was nice.
Oh, nice.
It was an hour and a half in the air.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, oh, like I could, I could do this more. That was really nice.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, and so now, of course, I'm like, where else does Springfield have a direct flight to that I would like to go and spend time at? Because that was pretty good day, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I know they go to Dallas and Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really want to go to Dallas,
but I know I've been there before. But like, I'm just thinking, I've been to those two places direct.
Yeah. So I got to figure out what the direct flight list is from Springfield so I can go put some of these on there, because now I'm like, that would be a lot more fun of a vacation. Oh, I found them. Oh, okay.
Hey, there you go. Bang.
Okay, I will read these off.
All right.
Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Charlotte.
Surprising.
Yeah. Charlotte.
Yeah, clearly.
Atlanta.
Yeah. See.
Orlando. Miami. Punta Gorda. Tampa. So many things in Florida.
Yeah.
Destin and Gulf Shores. 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's a lot
5,
of Florida.
6 Florida.
Well, isn't Gulf Shores Alabama?
Oh, right. Sorry. Gulf Shores.
Close enough, though.
It's fine. Enough. It's basically
nears makes no difference, right?
Absolutely. Like, sorry, Alabama. You and your little carve out of a coastline that nobody remembers.
Yeah.
Houston. Although, how much of Alabama's marketing is based on that 20 feet of coastline? Anyway,
all of it.
I just had a flash of like, when I think Alabama, why do I think coast?
They have 8 feet of coast.
Yes, I know.
That's all their marketing. Come to the coast.
Okay, Gulf Shores, Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth. Okay. Phoenix. Sorry.
Really? Oh, interesting.
No, yeah, Phoenix and Mesa. Those are two different ones. So 2 Arizonans. Las Vegas, that was a new one, I know. And then Denver.
Oh, yeah, they do go to Denver. We've flown to Denver before.
Oh, yeah.
You and me. We were there.
That was us. We did a thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Several times, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know if it was still there, but like.
Yeah.
Do they still go to Minneapolis?
They do not.
Oh.
No Minneapolis. No, this is all their nonstop destinations I just listed.
Interesting. There you go.
That's actually okay. I don't want to go to Chicago, but I will go to Denver and Destin. So maybe Punta Gorda, maybe. Oh, that's a seasonal one. That's right. I was trying to remember. One of these is like they only do it during certain times. But I will definitely have to look into taking a trip to Denver now. This is great. Okay, anyway, so I survived my trip to North Carolina and back. I had no mishaps, and
this is great news.
Great news, and I am even more. And I'm now more of a believer of the more I've been traveling recently, the more I don't know if I could ever check a bag. Like, you would have to hold me, I think, at like. You would have to hold something of mine against ransom.
Yeah, dude. I
am full on, like, no check bag. I think just for the convenience of arrival and, more importantly, departure from said airport, I think I will just pack like a shirt and I'll buy 2 more whenever I get there and just leave those behind. Like, I'm like, I think this is what I must do. It's just so
fair.
It's so nice to just get in and whatever. But I know sometimes people leave longer. They have to take different stuff. But I'm going, I don't know if I'd take those trips.
No, that's what I've done the last 2 times I've been anywhere.
Yeah.
One of them was international. So like, and it wasn't a problem. I didn't have any. The only problem was like, I was getting ready to be like, Like, the only problem is like, maybe I should. Like, I can't buy this because I can't get it back home.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't need this shirt. I can just like.
We packed our bags, and then they had like swag that we were getting, and I was like, do
I need this?
I don't need another tumbler.
This is not making the cut.
Actually,
just like low key, leave it in the room. Oh no, I forgot
it. Hide it in a pillowcase.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, that was it was fun. I enjoyed it and ready to go back to things and stuff, and ready for our trip this coming week. So
I was gonna say, good news. You have different things and stuff to get ready
I
to deal
have
with.
different things and stuff, and that's in like 2 days. So I'm a little.
That is true. That is quite soon. So yeah, I should probably do some laundry. That might be useful for everyone else involved. They may like that.
They may, perhaps, find that good. Yes. Oh man,
Collin, you know who's not having a good time?
You know what? This was interesting.
Definitely was interesting.
Definitely,
right? It was definitely
Mr.
Right,
Mr. Ender. I got a page back to here. We were supposed to read what we were 10 this week.
10 and 11, I think.
10 and 11, and for some reason, I remember a lot more of 10 than I do 11.
Well, that's all right. It's they blend together, so I have again some problems being like which one was which.
Also, the description of flightless battles is a little. It's a lot.
Yeah. We can kind of just skip through that on our recap.
Yada yada section.
Like there is a lot of yada yada in here. Like. I mean, it like I felt that way about a lot of this book. Like, there's been a lot of sections where it's like okay to read. Like, it's not really that annoying to read, but like if you're telling somebody else about what's happening, you're gonna leave it all out because it's like not super crucial, right? Like it's like, oh yes, here, let me tell you all about my strategy for this pretend thing that's not real for like 50 million words. Like I mean, I get it because like he's dealing with stuff, but like also cool. Like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's important to the plot in 11, I guess, because they battle for like 7 billion times. So like it's whole thing. But anyway, Ender is being given command of his own army.
Graph they have like a weird like conscious battle of morals here in the beginning of chapter 10. There's this weird it actually occurred to me to wonder what kind of a man would heal a broken child of some kind of his hurt just so he could throw him back into battle again. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point of what you people were doing, but
yeah, but I don't know, whatever. So like we get like he has been giving his own like whole thing, like his whole new unit or whatever, and he's very confused because he's like, wait, everybody's full, how did you do that? And he's like, no, we have revived they've revived the dragon army, right? The dragon army is defunct and there has not been a dragon army for 4 years. Apparently they sucked so hard,
so bad,
that they discontinued the entire unit.
Which is an interesting thing to do.
It is funny and weird, but plot device. So we have resurrected the dragon
because there was
probably
a
totally not foreshadowing, by the way.
No.
And so they've given Ender this army, and they've given him like a ton of like basically new recruits, right? And he can't figure out like, are they doing this to help him or to hurt him? Because he's like, on the one hand, they're new recruits and they don't know how to do anything. He's like, but on the other hand, they're new recruits, so I can teach them anything, right? So like they don't have to unlearn stuff. So he's trying to figure out how that is. There's also a rule. He's been hit with the rule no tradesies. Because apparently there's a weird like free agent situation that happens with the rest of the armies, and they can trade off people who they think would be good for people who are weak for their like plan or whatever. Ender is not allowed tradesies, so he's got to do this with only these people, and that's done, right? And so he's like, dude, what the heck? And it's lame. The big conflict here though is because like Ender doesn't really know, like it's his first command, and so he's like really, he kind of has a tough first day with like knowing how to be like what, because he served under several different commanders. He knows like what he likes or dislikes about how they do things, right? But then like all of a sudden when he's the commander, he's like he there's a point where he's like interacting with this one kid, this bean kid, and he's just like, ah crap, I'm doing the thing that I don't like what they do to me. Dang it. Like what?
Yeah, he does have this weird interaction, and I don't know, like this is him going, okay, here's me just basically acting out a script now, right? And I like here's him doing what he's seen others doing,
Yeah.
but then also trying to rectify that with his own feelings of having been in that position.
Yeah. Like he, like about halfway through, he realizes like, I'm just doing the thing that I've seen other people do, but I know that they don't do good. Right. So he's like, I can't go back now. So I just have to like subtly shift this for later. Right. Like he's like, I can't go back and I can't undo it. And I can't be like, hey, JK, I can't like go back in there and apologize and like start over. So he's like, I'm just going to leave it. And then next time I'm going to do these things differently. Mm-hmm. Right. Which does make sense a bit. Right. They did throw him in there. I know this is part of their like messing with his brain and how rude they are. But like that is the thing. And then we get like just a big, super long training sequence about like Ender's battle philosophy. And he goes and talks to, he like that the whole rest of the chapter is that.
Forget about gravity. Flying this way, use this kind of thing.
Up is down, and down is up, and then whatever. Like, don't orient yourself to the hallway, orient yourself to the room. We just get tons and tons of that, right? Like, that's kind of this. They also have barred him from extra bonus practice, right?
Oh, right.
That's the other thing. There's like no, so he can't be with his old buddies Ollie and Shin, right? He can't be with them anymore. They're basically pitting him against them now. They're trying to take away his other little friendship time, right? So the commander guy came in, like they were showing up to practice, and he's like, "Nope, no more free evening practice. Sorry, not allowed." And so they shut that down. So he was planning on going to talk to them about what to do, and he was like, well, that's the other part. So he also has this like feeling of loneliness about how he's like alone and sad, but like they've done this to him, but like they're not, he's like can't figure out like like the social ramifications of this. He's like, we're technically now all competing against each other, but like they're still my friends. Like we can't like act like friends, but like I still like trust them.
Well, and he's got
right.
That
that's kind of the thing that's happening.
He has an interaction with Ali, right, in the game room towards the end of the chapter. Yeah. Is that when that is?
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And but the thing is that Ender also doesn't know. It throws in the self-doubt of and Ender starts going, well, I feel this way, and I hope Ali feels this way, but maybe Ali is finally happy to no longer be like working with me, and he's actually really excited to
break free of that.
Break free. And you know, there are, because also they can't talk about feelings, and which is, you know, listeners, if you have to take a lesson from this, talking about feelings resolves all of these things immediately. And so that's why we have this tension, is because we've already set up. You can't talk about feelings or appear to be weak. So you can't talk about insecurities. And so you're just left to assume and question and second guess what's going on, which leads to this, right? Like, and in a what I assume is also maybe, I don't know, weirdly, I'm also trying to view this from is this how much of a coming of age story is this going to be?
Yes,
or sci-fi,
all of it. I think
all of it is, right? Like there is very much that of, I don't know how to talk about these feelings and emotions, and I don't know what is or is not appropriate to say to other people, um or these things that I'm struggling with, so I'll just keep it inside and I just won't bring this up, and we'll just hope that everything's okay. And that's 100% what's going on here.
Yeah. And again, that's like it's weird because that's just like a norm, right? Nobody really, I mean, maybe they they kind of like hinted like that it's not a thing it's just a thing that's it's not done, right? But like you could do it if you wanted to, which is weird because like with every other thing that there is, right? And there's like, well, they didn't tell me I couldn't do this, so I'm going to do it, right? But with this though, he's like, they didn't tell me that I can't do it, but I'm not going to. Like it's such a strong like social norm, right? That again, this is in the 80s too, right? When this book was written. So like even worse, right? Like you don't like the social norms are such an extreme, like you can't talk about your feelings.
Yeah.
Right. Which is like so dumb. Like now through especially through like a 2026 lens, we're like, oh, hey, did you know that it's okay to have feelings, right? Like I don't
feelings are real.
Like it's okay to do that, right? Mr. Rogers has been trying to tell us for a long time. All right. Like
for sure.
Like, hey, it's fine. Like this is like this book, it's not doing it egregiously bad like some other books do, or like other media, right? Where it's like literally every problem would be solved if someone just like said two sentences to somebody else.
Yeah, they're like,
right?
Hey,
like
you
we're
good?
not at that level. yeah, we're not quite at that level, right? But it's like that's the environment that everybody's in, right? Well, and of course, the environment is being controlled by the adults, right? Like really screwing with everything, not helping, right? So like that's the problem. But that is like a weird thing that this chapter kind of highlights again, is just like such a strong social norm of like, nah, feelings are lame, right? Like feelings are your weakness. Like
yes,
no, that's not. No.
Nope.
No. Did we learn nothing from Frodo? Okay, that's like what have we?
Exactly.
You guys would do it.
That's exactly what happened.
Did Aragorn teach you nothing?
Nothing. No, unfortunately, no, they haven't. They haven't gotten back together in this. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, chapter 11, we have like the battle montage of like insanity.
Well, and it's because right, like, we are going to test him now, right?
Yeah, by changing every single rule there is.
Every single rule.
Yeah. Yes. So like they're get normally there's like a set period of time where a person has an army before they battle, right? And after like a very short amount of time, they're like, "Oh, your first battle's tomorrow," and then there's like, "What? What?"
But he was also kind of expecting this to some extent. Like,
yeah,
he wasn't,
because he really did some like training. Well, I can't. There's a term I'm trying to think of right now. My brain won't turn it on. But like some a crash course, right? He did a lot of like crash course, like fundamental stuff with all the people, right?
Because basically he assumed, he's like, well, nobody's ever done, dragons new, they've never done no trades before, they've never had this kind of team. So I don't know what
they've never had no veterans,
no veterans. Yes, I don't know what they're going to throw at me, so I guess I just need to be ready as much as I can, as fast as I can. Yes.
So but he does like the crux of all of these things, right? That we'll kind of we won't go over the specific battles here, but like he's his major innovation, right, is the toon leader autonomy.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And he's actually broken down, like, I can't remember where this is at in here, but like he has done some like insane things. Like he's given them like there's 5 leaders instead of just 4.
Yes.
Right. And then like those can also split into like halves. Right.
Yeah, so you could
So
have
there
like
is
10 operating units.
yeah. So like I don't remember how many people he has altogether anyway, but like it basically is like he's instead of 4 groups, he split them into 5. And then those groups can then split in half to operate independently if the need arises, right?
Yes.
So he's got these like half tune things going on. And basically he goes over like major strategic ideas with the leaders, but how those things are executed and what is all up to them. Like
Yes.
even like certain strategies that they have, like they're like 5 independent arms, right?
Yeah.
And he just kind of like helps out and goes insert like we see in the battle, like he's like, I'm gonna go with them, and then you guys blah blah blah, and then they just go, right?
Yeah. Basically, and it comes into the what is he trying to do? He's having to have them be unsupported, alone, and on their own initiative is his whole thing. And sure, could this be pulling from Inder's own experience in his own life? But basically that's what he's doing. He's going, okay, I need to, like you said, everybody needs to have the same goals, but they can attack and communicate and work together in their own ways instead of because he saw that in his first unit where it was everybody did the same
too
thing.
Rigid. Yeah.
Too rigid. Grinding assault. There was no autonomy. And then the second unit, there was like, well, there was the off group that was, they were kind of did their own freewheeling thing, but then there was the rest of everybody. And so he's kind of, again, picking a middle way or a third way, so to speak, between those.
But I think also like he's also thinking about like, well, we're trying to like there's no iteration happening. Right? Everybody is just doing the same like 5 things and like just seeing who comes out on top of that. Right. So he's like, well, we need to like we can't just do like the same like 5 strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this was, he starts thinking about like real life. Like he's thinking about like, okay, what if this wasn't a game, right? Sure. What if there actually are buggers, right? We're still questioning, are they even real? We don't know. Spoilers for in a minute, I have a thought. But like, like he is like, okay, well, we have to disrupt, right? We have to do things different. We have to try these other things, right? So he does this. He comes up with this idea for different unit, and it really like messes with people because at first they don't even realize that there's 5 tunes, right? The opponents, right? Because the first battle, like he just steamrolls them. Like they were not even expecting that, you know. And then like the next day, they're like, "Hey, we're doing it again." He's like, "What the right?" And he goes against Petra and whatever just one she's in now, and like, but the other teams like don't even really understand that there's 5 sections, right? Like it's rough. Like the way that they operate is like so different, and they're really struggling, right? They are able to overcome like all kinds of obstacles. Like basically every battle that happens here, there's like a different scenario where that they have to overcome a thing, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, well, this worked when we did that. Like they split up and go this way, and then they have to like overcome Petra was like the most difficult one for them because he knows that she's smart and she's really good at her job. So like he expected that, and then like the super surprise battle when they had like 2 in one day, he like the enemy tried to surprise attack them, and he took advantage of the fact that they were hiding, and they did this like crazy thing where he just like obliterated them.
Yeah.
Because they were hiding, so they were all standing still, and he knew exactly where they were. So he was like, all right, got it. But that one is worth talking about because it was hilarious because they used each other as human shields. Like
yes.
And they already know that like the legs they freeze their legs so that they can like make their legs a shield. They're like, all right, your job is shield.
Shield.
Yes. And so they put like that bean kid behind him. And so like little.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they just started doing that. They were like hiding behind, like poking his arms through basically. And the kid was frozen. They gave Bean 2 guns and we're like, all right, hold on. And then 2 other kids just zipped him out the door.
Yeah.
So that he went out the door backwards because everybody was like flushed against the wall where the door is, right? Like around the corner. So instead of all coming out slowly and trying to round the corner, they dashed out, hid behind each other, and then were just like double firing, like increased firepower because every shield gave their gun to the other person. So everybody flying out had 2 guns.
2, yep.
That was pretty nuts. That was the only one that's really worth mentioning. Like, that's the only one was like, holy cow, what the heck? And they did that with like 2 minutes warning. Right? Because he was like, basically, they were trying to mess him up and say, like, hey, he's got this, we're going to mess him up and make him late and do this. And so he knew they were there. And he was like, all right, well, we're just really going to go for it because there's only one option, and that's full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead, yes. Yeah. Well, and that this is the brilliance of getting the small, nimble forces and groups because you do have that fast iteration. You have multiple experiences that then all feed up into the main unit, main Dragon Force that everybody can learn from and allows them to quickly kind of go through these things, and it has multiple people thinking about them instead of just one person at the top. But it is interesting to see how they work. I love that. Yeah, I love when they flashed everybody and froze them. So you're my shield now. Let's go.
Yeah. And so like there is also another interaction somewhere where the majors come, the adults come, and they're talking to him about like, oh, it's because he starts watching all the old archival. He starts going to the library and he's watching archival footage of the last war because he's like already like, I can't stagnate and I have to keep iterating on my ideas because I cannot just keep doing the same things over and over again. Yeah. So he goes to watch them and he's like, these are weird and all the stuff has been edited out and like it's all just a bunch of propaganda videos. So the only thing that he can watch is the bugger army.
Oh, interesting.
So he starts watching them and he's like, well, if our army's been like so heavily redacted, like I'll watch them instead. So he kind of is getting inspiration from their tactics. Like he's trying to watch actual battles and footage of actual battles so that he can get a better understanding of like things that are actually needed for situations like this. And so they come and talk to him and they're like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm watching. They're like, don't you know it's been edited? He's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm doing this. And they start talking about like, you don't play the game anymore. He's like, the fantasy game, the stupid end of the world thing. And they're like, you don't play that anymore. He was like, yeah, because there's nothing to do. He's like, you can't win. There's nothing more. And he's like, there's always something else. And he's like, nah, I don't see anything. Not for me. Right. There's nothing there. Right. Like blah. And that's when they give him more stuff. Right. And so it's just like insane. It's all this weird stuff. And then that's the last thing is he has like more conversation. He has one last conversation with Bean, right? We get the final strat here where he's like, all right, look, I want to explain myself to you, right? I just want to tell you like this last conversation is interesting where he's like, look, you asked me to make you a toon leader. I've made 5 toon leaders and none of them are you.
Yeah.
And he's like, tell me, he's talking to him about stuff. And he's like, look, here's what I need from you. I need you to be like the super secret reserve guy. Right. He's like, basically what he does is he makes him like the shadow leader. Right. Because he's saying like, I need you to be the guy that tries just crazy stuff sometimes because I can't. He's like, I don't trust myself to be continually being the one that comes up with all the ideas.
Yeah.
Right. I need part of this, I think, comes from he's been cut off from Ollie and Shin.
Yes.
Right. And so he doesn't have anybody to like bounce his ideas off of, you know? And so he's like, he's scared about screwing up because he tells this kid, like, look, if even one loss for us, it's over. Right. Like, we have to be the best, like, because that's what the adults are doing to us. And if we fail even once, it's over.
Yep.
So we have to do these things. So he like puts him in charge of like a secret unit, right? He's like, I'm gonna give you some like other members of like one member from each other group, right? And so if there's like a weird situation, like something crazy is going on, you take control of your people, and your job is to do like the most insane thing. Whether or not you think it'll work, it'll be basically it's going to be disruptive, right? And Ender doesn't really care if it works or not. He wants the disruption, right? It's going to cause chaos in the situation, is kind of how I'm reading this. Like, it's going to be chaotic and bizarre. And so that's what he wants, right? Either number one, it will help out everybody else because it will catch the other team so off guard that they'll be like, what the heck? Or it might give him like an idea for like a larger picture thing, right?
Yeah.
So so this is the end part of this. We've created the Shadow Sixth tune, made up of certain members of other ones, and being the commander. So in certain situations, he will take control of the shadow group and do what he says, just do whatever you can think of. He's like, I don't care how crazy it is, do something nuts, right? He's like, do something. He's like, it can just do the stupidest thing you can think of.
Yep.
And we'll see if it works.
And
he's like, okay.
Okay. And I love how it ends because it's like, he got up from the floor and did likewise. He thought of a half dozen ideas before he went to sleep. Ender would be pleased. Every one of them was stupid.
Yeah, like
but it's I like this because in this is what the teachers, the adults have been talking about a lot, of keeping Ender isolated and keeping him alone and away from things. And Ender is recognizing that, I think, a little bit.
They're doing that, yeah.
And he's like, so this is what he's doing to get out of that. And well, I don't have any new information coming in. I don't know. I'm selling at everything, yes, but how do you stay ahead when
nobody's telling
one's telling you, and you don't have any new information to do, learn, or study? And obviously this is where my thought goes of, okay, well, Ender was watching the buggers to try and figure out what the platoons were doing to make the buggers respond that way. So he can figure out those moves, and he's kind of reverse engineering. But even then, he's like, I really don't know. And I'm kind of reaching my capacity to do anything here. And he says that. He says, I don't only, you can only be so creative for so long and come up with so many ideas. So this is where I need help with this.
Yeah. There's also, again, the seed of doubt for me was still planted there slightly whenever he's like watching the bugger army, and they're just doing like they have like one thing that they do the most, like really good, and they just do it all the time.
Yeah.
And then the people army is like responding to it in weird ways, but the people army is all like redacted out, and it's just been like super propagandized. So I was thinking back to the conversations that he had with those people earlier, like, are there even really buggers? Were they ever real to begin with, or is this war just manufactured for like control and power and stuff? Right. Dun, dun, dun.
We'll see. Yeah.
Also, I did skip over the other part where we did get where Ender is growing as a bit of a commander, right? Where they talk about, it's basically a well-known fact now that like when Ender is speaking to the group, like he's pretty harsh and he's pretty like gruff, right? But when he's doing like small group, like one-on-one things, like he's like super patient and he's really friendly and he's like really nice. Like he'll like show people like as many times as he has to to get him to understand it. He's like really patient and nice, and so that was interesting. That's kind of how he's evolving as a leader. Like whenever he's like in a whole group, when he's addressing the whole army, he's just very like to the point, very brusque, like bruh, don't blah. But then when he's like talking with one-on-one with the troops, he's very like patient and very like kind of, so they're like, oh, okay, like he's not all bad. They respect him because of that. That's kind of his method that he's gravitating towards about how to be a leader.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And handling, especially in those certain situations of he's recognizing, okay, yeah, I don't have to act like this, like it's a battle all the time.
All the time. Yeah. Like firm with the group, but like softer, more hands-on with individual people to give them what they need, to give them the actual assistance they need to be better, right? Not just be like, you can't do it, bad, right? Like Bonzo would have, right? Like, no, here, I'll show you. I'll teach you how to do it. It's fine. No worries. We'll get it right. Like, so that was very interesting. So yeah, just lots of battles this time. Just like 7. They had like 7 battles in the week, right? Like it was like
it was a lot, the most ever, right?
The most ever. Because at the end too, Bean's like, they couldn't possibly be giving us another battle tomorrow, and he's like, I have no idea at this point, man. So like,
yeah.
He also said at one point, he was like, everybody on my squad is a veteran now. He was like, because he's like, we don't have any veterans, and he's like, dude, we're all veterans. We've had more battles this week than half the other tunes ever. So like,
right.
We're good to go.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Boom. Who knows what's going to happen now? Probably more battles, right? It does look like we have a rematch time because chapter 12 is entitled Bonzo. So we may be going back with our, probably against our former homie here.
Probably.
Who knows? Who knows? Offline question. Are we going to read for this week, or are we just going to like take a break and just do like Lake Live things?
I think we'll do Lake Live things.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. So I won't read for. Good. Okay. I won't read tomorrow. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
I just need to know. All right.
Yeah, and I just need to remember to do that. So.
All right.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah. I think
Sounds
that would
good.
be. That'd be good. So,
okay.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
Ta-da.
Beautiful. There we go. Oh, before we stop, I meant to do this at the beginning, right? Okay. I don't want to steal your thunder here because I know it's poem time, right?
No, it's fine.
But I was thinking about the Scottish fans.
Oh, okay.
All right. And I was thinking I was reciting this thing in my head, and I couldn't remember where it was from. And then all of a sudden it clicked, right? And I was like, bro, this is the most perfect thing. So in honor of the Scottish fans, Collin, I would like to just read you a poem that I know that you know.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, no.
Right?
Okay.
You do.
Okay.
Oh, you do. And I think it perfectly encapsulates the situation in Boston. Right? Okay. Some say it's a poem, but others might say you could sing this. I won't sing it, though. Collin, oh, you can search far and wide. You can drink the whole town dry, but you'll never find a beer so brown as the one we drink in our hometown. You can drink your fancy ales. You can drink them by the flagon, but the only brew for the brave and true comes from the Green Dragon.
Yeah. There we go.
I've been singing that to myself all week. I need to get that out.
My gosh. That's amazing.
There you go. Listeners, this is, of course, from Lord of the Rings. This is the song Merry and Pippin are singing. In the movie, they're singing it at the thing, but it's also in the book. So that's the Green Dragon song.
It's good. It's good stuff. I love that.
When they realize it comes in pints. So
I'm getting one too.
There you go.
Oh my!
I didn't mean to steal your thunder like that.
No.
It
if
just
anything,
fits so well that
going to Steel Thunder. That's good.
Nah, it could be Tolkien. It's fine.
It could be Tolkien. Yeah, you know what? I'll let him speak. It's fine. I'll allow it. It's just one of the greatest literary mind of our time.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine. We'll let him go.
Let him cook. Oh man, no. I actually realized that my haiku is about an experience that I wanted to tell you about earlier, but completely forgot about. And then I looked at my.
All right, here go.
I looked at my haiku and I was like, "Huh, I should probably tell a background story on that first."
That's okay. I love background stories.
Yeah. We went to a restaurant this week. It's called. I think I talked about it last year. We went to Lavender Falls. Have you heard of this place?
Oh yes.
Yes, we went again this year, and last year we went in May. So it was the beginning of the season because we were like, it'd be cooler, it'd be nicer. Also,
this year wetter.
Also, we went in June, and it was also cold. Like we were it was 78 degrees.
Yeah, this has not been a hot June. This is
no, but.
I'm okay with that though.
Two things going later in the season. We went like 10 days before they're going to close for the season, so it's like the very end, which means two things. One, lavender was actually in bloom, so that was double plus good to go walk amongst the lavender rows. And two, very few people, which I was actually shocked by.
Yeah, me too.
When we were there in May last year, it was
packed.
Like you could not walk around. Like it was throngs of people.
Holy.
And this year we showed up for our reservation at 6. We got in 15 minutes early, so we got seated by 5:47. And then I think like 4 other people showed up over the next little bit, and by the time we had left, it wasn't even half full, which completely changes the feel of that restaurant. It suddenly became like really quaint and like really relaxing and really peaceful, instead of there's kind of a thrum coming up on here when it's so full and people are running around and the waiters and waitresses are insane. And this was just very much like everyone's just going at the pace of a season, basically.
Yeah, before like chill, right? Just kind of
way chill. It was so wonderful. We ordered all the same things from last year, so that's fine. And it was good. It felt like this weird time warp of, by the time we had looked up, it was one of those things of like an hour and a half had passed it, and that felt both like an insanely long amount of time and way too short to have happened. It was one of those things where it's like, man, like I was like, man, it felt like we had just gotten in and then eaten and then left. But it's like an hour and a half at a place. Like that's a pretty good time. Like it's not a forever thing, sure.
I mean, I think the Italians would disagree, but
sure,
not bad,
right?
Not bad.
I did rushed dining for an Italian, right?
That's true. Little on
the quick side there. That's like, that was for your first course, right? Yeah, no, it was for everything. But no, it's just very nice. So I continue to give 2 thumbs up to that place, and enjoyed it very much. So I have a haiku about my experience.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay. Cool June evening. Lavender drifts through the dusk. Cheesecake steals the show.
No, nice. Let's go.
I really like their cheesecake. It's really good. I learned she goes through.
You just love cheese. I know, Colin. That you just love cheese.
I know.
So like,
I talked to Catherine, the owner and head chef there, and she makes 8.
Dang, name dropping the owner. What the heck?
She makes 8. She was literally like standing at our table talking to us for a long time.
I know,
it was great. She makes 8.
That's a good thing about not being busy, right?
Yeah. You get the person that can stop by, they get to shuck and jive. And one of the waitresses was even like, "Did you guys come here last year?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "I remember you guys."
There you go. Boom.
Nice. She hand makes 8 cheesecakes every 2 days.
Yo.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a lot of cheesecake.
That is a lot.
And we had 2 of those pieces. So I was like, well, hopefully we're helping you finish this off. So anyway, yes, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. Just my little A little tiny restaurant review there. Go.
Yay.
Yes. Anyway. So, with that, we can wrap. And boy, howdy, we'll be in person next time, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
There we go. Maybe we can convince Aaron to come.
See? Oh, bring your microphone so we can have a little bit better things. If you can, pack that. I will remember to bring mine. There you go. And my tripod this year, which I would say every year, and I forget. So, anyway.
It's fine. It's more exciting that way.
It's something, I guess.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's memorable.
Okay. Well, we have that and much to look forward to.
Indeed.
Very good. Okay. Love you.
Right. Love you too.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Aha, yes, very soon. Counting down the days.
Bye.